Hello and welcome to this OneNote for Beginners tutorial. OneNote functions as a digital notebook that can save and synchronize your work. As we go, I will show you some of the most important features and how you can get started. One of these features is that it can store your work in the cloud, making it possible for you to continue your work on another device. I will explain everything beginner-friendly, but I'll also make sure not to waste your time. Before we get into the real stuff, I'll fix the interface real quickly. At the top side of your screen you have the ribbon. When using OneNote for the first time, the ribbon is probably hidden until you click on one of the tabs. If you are like me, you probably want to pin the ribbon. To do this, we click on one of the tabs, and on the right side we have a small icon that lets you pin the ribbon. If you are familiar with Microsoft Word or Excel, you will feel right at home. Most people want to use OneNote because it's ideal for taking notes, so that is where we will start. On your page, you can click anywhere and you will start creating a note by typing. As you see, there is a container surrounding my text. With this container, you can resize the note or move it around. So the double arrow lets you resize it, while the 4 arrows let you move it. You can keep adding notes by clicking inside the page. In the Home ribbon, you get all of the standard Microsoft text formatting options. You can change the font or select a different text size and so on. At the top of the section, you can type a title. Generally speaking, it's best to always set a clear title, as this is important when your library starts growing and when you want to navigate as quickly as possible. OneNote is king when it comes to providing structure. There are plenty of ways to organize your content or notes. I'll try to explain where to start with a simple example. So at the top of your structure, you have the notebook. In most cases, this covers one or more categories. For example, an entire category can be work. Inside the notebook, you have sections. These are subcategories, for instance, meetings. You can rename the section by right-clicking on it and selecting rename. Inside this section, you can add pages. Each section has a page to start with by default. For the first meeting, we have Board of Directors. But of course, we have more than one meeting. So on the right side, we can add a page by clicking on the plus sign. This is, for instance, a Migrate to the Cloud meeting. Then another Board of Directors meeting, and so on. You can drag the pages over each other to adjust the order. This can provide you with ways to organize effectively to your own needs. So now that we added a few pages to our meetings section, we might want to add a new section in our work notebook. You can do this by clicking on the plus sign Create a New Section, or by right-clicking on the side and selecting New Section. A nice feature in OneNote is that you can insert or attach files inside your pages. For this Excel tips and tricks page, I'll show you how to add files inside the page. To do so, we will click on the Insert ribbon and select File Attachment or Spreadsheet. Both work for adding Excel files. Select the file that you want to use, and next you get 3 options to insert the file. The first one is to attach as a file, which is probably the most used option. Now that the file is connected to OneNote, you can open it from this page by double-clicking. This is often used to share documentation or perhaps even in meeting notes. Let's try this again. The next 2 options are similar. This time I'll select Spreadsheet. Again, choose a file to add. The Insert Spreadsheet option will insert the whole Excel file with all tabs. Again, the file itself is added as a link as well. This means that you can again open it from OneNote. The Insert Chart or Table option lets you choose which tab of the Excel file to insert. You can of course add additional notebooks as well. To do so, click on File, New, and in this case I will store it on my PC. Select a name. I'll go for How to Cook. And voila, this is how to add additional notebooks. To summarize, you have the top levels, which are the notebooks. Next up are the sections. And at the lowest level, you have pages. Let's continue with a few quick mentions. I don't tend to use these, but it's nice to know that these features exist. One of these is the draw feature. It has a few basic options to create drawings, but there are better tools available, so I don't use this in OneNote. It's also possible to insert online content in your notes. Perhaps you want to insert a video. Just click on Online Video. The link is to another one of my YouTube videos, but it works for other links as well. It plays perfectly fine inside the page. With online pictures, you can use the Bing search engine to search for online content. These are added in just the same way. The next part can be left out in this OneNote for Beginners tutorial. I'll now tell you about synchronizing for sharing your OneNote content. Sharing content in OneNote is done so on the notebook level, which is the top layer as we saw earlier. To do so, you click on File. Here you can see all your available notebooks. My first notebook is connected to my OneDrive, so I can already send this notebook. The cooking notebook is not synced, as I selected the option to create it locally on my PC. This is easy to fix. I'll select Share on Web or Network. Next I'll select Move Notebook, and this notebook is now shareable as well. Now we want to send the notebook. Select Invite people to this notebook, and then you can type in the email address of the person that you want to send it to. You can adjust the type of access before sending the link. On the right side you can click on the Can Edit drop-down arrow and change it to the Can View option. Both options speak for itself, I guess, but keep in mind that these options are available. You can send the notebooks to anyone. OneNote works perfectly on Windows, Mac, Android, iOS. There is also a web version that is similar to the Windows version. Synchronizing OneNote between your devices is incredibly easy. For this to work, you need to have a Microsoft account and you need to be signed in on both devices. This should cover the basics to get you started. I hope you enjoyed this beginner's tutorial for Microsoft OneNote. If you have any questions or remarks, please let me know and I will answer them as soon as possible. Suggestions on other software or OneNote topics are also welcome, and I will try to cover them in a future video. Subscribing would be awesome, but I won't hold it against you if you don't. Have a good one, and I hope to see you soon.